Hello.
Hi, Abdul. Hello. Well, tonight, everyone, we were meant to have a guest, but unfortunately, Alison couldn't make it tonight. So we're just going to go down halls, really. I thought, well, the original plan was we were going to talk about the beliefs in Friday the 13th, superstitious or real. Because I thought that was quite a good one to open 24 with. Hey Nigel, hey Nettie. Um,
Evening, Nigel.
we're always down holes, Eric. Just ask Ian.
Yeah. She meant rabbit holes, Eric.
Hi Nicola. So how you guys been? I'll share it.
Yeah, well, originally I thought we were doing aliens, but there you go.
Yeah,
And
but they couldn't make it either.
Now, Friday 13. Well, let me think. There's a lot of things surrounding Friday 13th. What exactly are we talking? Are we talking about the film? Are we talking about the origins of it? Because
we could go for the origins. I mean, people have this belief, and there's a lot of people out there that's still superstitious about Friday the 13th. Quite openly. I don't believe it. I just think it's coincidental. But
there is a lot of coincidence, to be honest. I mean, the origins of it go right back to Jimmy Jesus. But it wasn't actually Friday. It was Thursday morning, the day before his crucifixion. But the day was Friday the 13th, Good Friday. How it got that nickname, I don't know. No, because I mean, you can't call it a good day if you're going to get crucified, can you? Really?
No, exactly. That is definitely bad luck for them to go.
Yeah, that's the day. That's the name it ended up with. But there's a lot of other coincidences as well. Yeah, come forward.
It's just a day to hang around, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been considered as a harbinger of bad luck. But the most significant Friday the 13th coincidences tend to be with the Templars. Again, religious. But the first one was I've got it written down here because I knew I'd forget it.
2 minutes, guys, and I'll be back.
1307, 13th of October, 1307, on the Friday. There was a number of Templars put to death. Later in 1314, a guy by the name of Malay. That's a coincidence, isn't it? Malay. Not Malay, Molly. Him and a party of 7 were put to death. Burnt at stake, I believe. That's in the 13th century again. A lot of things seem to happen in 13th century, which is odd, isn't it? Especially when they end up being on a Friday, on a 13th as well, the 13th of a month. Yeah. But that's Templars as well. There's 3 or 4 different carry-on with Templars on Friday the 13th. And then we come to modern day, and it's just ended up being the title of a film.
Yeah.
What that significance has got, I haven't got no clue, because to be totally honest with you, it's a film I've never watched.
I've watched Friday the 13th. I've only actually, believe it or not, I've actually only started watching it this year. Well, sorry, last year. I can't honestly say I've ever watched the Jason films, but I thought, I'll give it a bash. They were alright. I wouldn't say they were exactly anything to write home about. but they were actually not too bad. But I'll just quickly go through the comments. Yes, Friday the 13th is my luckiest day. I can imagine. Eric, hi Rita, hi William. To be honest, it's the only superstition that does worry me, so I'm very careful on that day. Hi Alorna, I live at 13 and it's bloody unlucky. See, a lot of people are superstitious. You've got a lot of people who won't walk under ladders. You've got a lot of people who won't, like when you've been over drains, they will have to walk over all three. They just won't walk over one. There's like when you put your clothes on the wrong way, it's apparently unlucky, which I've never ever got. It's unlucky to change them back round. All these are all superstitions. So I can't really say that I've had anything on Friday the 13th happen to me that's unlucky, apart from meeting Ian, maybe. But apart from that, I really can't say that I've had anything unlucky. So to me, I'm quite sceptical when it comes to Friday the 13th. I just think it's coincidence.
I think it is, but it seems to be something to do with English-speaking nations, the unlucky side of it, because in Japan, 13 is considered a lucky number, which, again, Asian countries, totally different to us, totally. So, what the coincidence of that is, I don't know, but that's just the number 13. Friday the 13th, there is quite a lot of coincidences, as I say, especially in Templar years, which Templar Wars, people don't realise, lasted for 2 centuries, 200 years. A long time to have a campaign. In fact, it's the longest in history for a single campaign, the Holy Wars. Which
I didn't realise I was unmuted there when I said that. I do apologise. I'm making toast just now for my sister. That's why I've not got my camera on, because I'm in the kitchen.
Lovely.
Yeah. Unlucky for some then.
Yeah.
It's not Friday the 13th, so up you.
How many
the unlucky part is you being in the kitchen.
How many slices you making? 13.
Cheeky devils.
Yeah, but walking under a ladder. I mean, I've worked on building sites, so yeah, that can be unlucky, especially if someone drops something.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's a human condition to sort of try and put things in stone into it, you know what I mean? Make a decision of, we're going to avoid this and we're going to avoid that on the premise of it's unlucky. And there's no real validation to it, apart from maybe one person, one day in history, had an accident.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys and for everybody in the chat. Do you think they created Friday the 13th to put the fear in people?
Probably.
Again, I think it's literally up until the film, it was just a superstition. There's more premise to it since the film, because it's a horror film.
Yeah.
You know, it lends more credence. I think. Well, it's not credence, is it really? But there's no actual evidence. It's just a coincidence. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let us know. What's your opinions? Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I'm trying to read the chat.
Yeah, let me open it up a bit so I can see it.
2 seconds, guys. I'll get it. I'm just here. Oh, God's sake! Why is my tablet doing this with me tonight? Don't do this. 2 seconds, guys. Because right. Right, so
It's Friday the 12th, like Lois. So stop playing up.
shut up. As long as it's not number 10 Downing Street, Lal Williams says. Lorna says, I wonder why that number out of all numbers. That's a good point, Siobhan. Sorry, Lorna. Siobhan says, my name is Siobhan and I'm here for the first time. Welcome to
I don't know.
podcast.
I think I've seen you before. I'm not sure.
There are also Friday the 13th TV series.
Yeah.
Lorna says some of the superstitions are explainable, like walking under a ladder. I heard it's because the danger of a person falling off or something. William says you to live at number 7, or 7 years bad luck if you break a mirror. Well, Lorna, that's another good one. I'll come back to that one. Punish them in the cellar, Lois, for that. You're bloody right, Nettie. It's 7 years bad luck if I look in the mirror. Or seeing just one magpie. There's all different kinds of ones. 7 years you don't. Is it to do with the Last Supper? I'm scraping for reasons now.
Yeah.
Hi, Robert. Friday.
That's the original. Go on.
Friday the 13th was the day they killed all the Knights Templars.
Yeah, there's 2 days in history for that,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But all the different superstitions you get, like obviously, as Lorna mentioned, the one about the mirror, the 7 years bad luck. You get a lot of people who smash mirrors and then want to bury it in their garden, like it's going to save them.
Well, you're supposed to put it in a body of water, aren't you?
yeah. There's somebody at the
Yeah.
Aye, but it's not for Ian.
Definitely not.
No, there's lots of numbers. Let's face it. I mean, look at multiples of 3 are the most played with through history and time. It was actually a Wiccan thing, so that's why it's connected to witches. Multiples of 3, which transcended to 666, which is the mark of the beast. It's numbers. It's a play on numbers all the time, and the Japanese actually have just as big a play on numbers, but they're totally different to ours. So is it a geological thing? Not geological. Geographical. That's the word. Hey.
Hey.
Is it a geographical thing? I don't know. What's your take on it?
I mean, they've made a lot of films. There's one with Nicolas Cage. Can't even remember the name yet. It was a film about numbers as well, where
Knowing.
Knowing, yes.
No, that was Jim Carrey. But it's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about, Ian? The one with
The Knowing.
Yeah, the Knowing.
We've only said that twice.
But it's quite wacky. And I mean, let's think it this way: there's a lot of people who do take this thing really serious and have certain things about numbers. Like my sister has a thing; she doesn't like odd numbers. It's got to be even. Don't ask me why, but it's just the way it is. A lot of people have things like that.
Numerology, simple as that. There's a whole religion built up around numerology.
Yeah.
And there's a sundial.
That's true. Nettie says, I love that film, Robert. It's like don't step on cracks on the pavement. That's so true. The Omen was good as well. I'd like to know more about numerology, William. But it's all mental. Like, obviously, don't step on cracks on the pavement. I mean, can you imagine somebody actually walking down the road jumping and hopping
Well,
to
the origin to
round the
that
crack.
again, was due to an earthquake, weren't it? So that's the origin to it. Walking on a pavement, and pavement cracks because there's an earthquake. Whoop, down you go.
Codes are written in numbers. William says that. Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Look at some of the serial killers. Look at the likes of the Zodiac killer. There's a good thing about using, obviously. Ian, you've been quiet. Oh, he's muted. That means we can talk about you. You can't say jack shit.
Want to bet?
Robert says, here's a good one, the ghost see in the dark. There's a rabbit hole we'll go down. The ghost see in the dark.
Well, I can, so I guess so.
Only if they eat plenty of carrots.
There's even something else when you get told that if you eat so many carrots, you'll see in the dark.
Yeah,
Hell, that didn't work.
That was Churchill.
It
He
was,
told that
yeah.
to the Germans to explain how our pilots could fly in the dark, and it was to do
Hey,
with,
Ben.
he didn't want them to
Hey.
know that we had radar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Plus,
I used to get bribed with that.
Get people to grow carrots in their allotments and back gardens and everything as part of war effort. It was cleverly done, really. But yes, we ate more carrots in the Second World War than we ever did any other time. And yes, it was passed off, like you're saying, to Germans as we had a superpower through carrots.
Lorna says, that's a kind of daft thing that whirls round my brain. Sorry, our brains all work the same. William says, you have to understand the numbers and letters and what they mean. Like those on the Ouija board, for example. What's your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, again, through history, we've had this fascination with calendars of one shape or form or another, and numerology seems to keep resurfacing all the time, and we put a lot of preference and a lot of stir into numbers.
Yeah.
Certain numbers have more significance than others. We avoid, and it's a fact, we do avoid odd numbers and have a preference for even numbers. Now, why that is, I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that it's got something to do with most of our anatomy being in multiples of 2 rather than 1. So, I don't know.
William said this is where most people become unstuck when using the board too.
Not
well,
sure.
Look at black cats. There's another one. Black cats.
Yeah.
It's a common, superstition that black cats crossing your path is bad luck. And here's a fact for you. In South Korea, right? It's true story. Crows are seen as bad luck in South Korea. That is a superstition as well.
If you have quite a large gathering of crows outside your house, you want to worry.
Well, that's true. There's an old British superstition that says that 6 ravens must remain at the Tower of London at all times, or the crown will fall. And in Ireland and Scotland, obviously going back to the magpie, that is supposed to be bad luck, but 2 or more is fine. And I can always remember my gran, God rest her soul, used to tell me the magpie, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. Don't ask me the rest.
The boy.
3
5
for a
for
girl,
Sarah,
4 for a boy, 5 for Sarah, 6 for Jill,
6 for
7
gold.
for a secret never to be told. There you go.
See. Black is to warn off negative energy, says Bill. Lorna, that would be an interesting group session, William. Hey, Bobby, hope you're well. That's why witches wear black. Eric says, then up shit creek without a paddle. William says, black cats crossing your path is bad luck. Not for witches, it's good luck. As always, William. Robert says that's like the monkey thing at Gilbra. Well, hey, you good, thanks for you. I'm just dyslexic.
Oh, and she's gone again.
Yep, I'm here. Crows are a pain in my path. Something drives me crazy. While Bill says, when people ask me why I always wear black, I tell them it's easy to match clothes.
Yeah, black goes with everything.
Well, also, women prefer
Right.
black.
We've spoke about Friday the 13th. But what about in Spain? Tuesday the 13th?
Right,
It's a Spanish thing. In Spain, well, it's not just Spain, but it's Spanish-speaking countries. Tuesday the 13th that gets people wound up. Mars Tuesday in Spanish comes from the Roman god of war, Mars. Forever tying the day to violence, death, and bloodshed. In conjunctive, that obviously, so Tuesday's a unlucky day for this. That's how the Spanish people see it, as they see it as a bloodshed day because of obviously that had happened. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah,
generally in the UK it's Monday because it's the day you go back to work. But there you go.
Yeah, weren't Valentine's Day originally? Weren't that a 13th?
I don't know.
The massacre one.
No, that was on the 14th, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right. I just had that feeling that it was 13th.
Bill said the 14th. William says black repeals negativity, not the opposite. Robert says thing I never knew, thousands of budgies in London. While Bill says I only wear black and shades of black. The only colour I have is in golf shirts. Otherwise, I have no colours other than black.
Budgies.
Did you know black's actually not a colour or white? Black and white are not colours. They're not on the colour spectrum.
Budgies in London. I bet there's less budgies now than there were in the 70s because there were loads of budgies in the 70s. That was almost the national pet.
Black is the absent of all colour, says Bill.
Yeah.
But definitely, there's all different. I mean, when you look at all the different countries in the world, they all have their own superstitions. And some that you might have heard of, some that you might not have heard of. I mean, here's another one. According to Hungarian and Russian superstitions, sitting at the corner of the table is bad luck. The unlucky diner will allegedly never get married. Some say the bad luck only hangs around for 7 years. But then you question, there's another 7 years bad luck. Why that number 7?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, it's definitely unlucky to sit on the corner of the table, especially if you get the table in your ribs. That'd be very unlucky.
And especially if you get the wonky, leg on the stool.
Wonky leg, the wobbly bit.
Is that when you two sit your pints down and it goes shh and hits the floor?
Oh, that would be a crime, that would.
That would be a crime. You'd be down there with your straw going.
Anyway, happy Friday. Cheers, guys.
Happy Friday, honey. William says darkness is light turned inside out. While Bill says white is the presence of all colour.
Yeah.
Robert Lou says look for a 4-leaf clover. Bill says it's also bad luck to put a hat on the table. Ooh.
And shoes. And shoes on the table.
And elbows. And elbows.
Well, it was bad luck when you were growing up because your mum would clip you around the ear if you put your elbows on the table.
Here's a perfect example, though, of things that are considered politeness in one country and bad manners in another. For example, if you burp at the table here, it's considered bad manners. If you don't burp in Turkey, it's considered bad manners.
That's it. That is quite ironic. That is quite ironic that you know that. Oh wow! It just shows you what happens in one country doesn't necessarily happen in the other country.
Yeah.
While Bill says elbows is not polite, bad manners.
Yeah.
Here's another one for you: agitating werewolves. There's a superstition in Argentina that claims that 7 sons will turn into werewolves. So if you have 7 sons, the 7th one is going to be a werewolf, unless the president of the country adopts them. The superstition was reportedly brought to Argentina in 1907 by 2 Russian immigrants, where the custom held that the Tessa became the godfather to the 7th son, and obviously the president from 2007 to 2015 was said to have adopted a boy as her grandson because of the century-old superstition. It's this up. Hey, Christine. Hey, Kate. Eric says, if a burp it clears out a room, put an umbrella up indoors is meant to be bad luck. Oh, do you know, William, that takes me back to when I did it at my gran's when I was young. And I thought my gran was going to kill me. The way she jumped up, she went, get that bloody down. She says, that's bad luck. And I never understood why.
What about things that are born in actual facts? Like during a thunderstorm, my mother always opened a door or a window, one side of the house and one at the other side of the house. Always. In a bad storm.
Yeah, Bill, it is.
And that's considered good luck because if a thunderbolt comes through your house, it has to have an escape route. True. And I was very, very young, but I witnessed that. I was sat at the bottom of the stairs because I used to hate it as a kid. And we all used to sit on stairs out that way and wait for it to pass. And my mother would open the door, and as she opened the door, this thunderbolt come through, straight at the bottom of the stairs and out through a skylight on the top of the door in the living room. That was surreal. My hair stood on end with
wow.
Yeah, with static. Oof. And you got this feeling of heat, but it weren't hot, if you know what I'm saying. It was that fleeting that there were no damage done in that respect because it had an escape route. Now, if it hadn't, God knows what would have happened. But I've always done it since then, since a kid. I've always opened a window either side of the house. Which is ironic because the house that I'm living in now doesn't have any back windows, so I've got to open the door.
Oh, jeez, oh. Bobby says if you spill a salt shaker, you had to shake the shaker over your shoulder.
Oh, a handful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bill says burp is not bad manners, just good food. Nate says that's probably where 13 comes from, the 13 stars you saw after the clip around the lug holes. Definitely. Sorry, I'm going back the way. So, William says, I fart and that clears the whole house. Kate says, I went to put your shoes on the table and I screamed, no, someone will die, and I've never tried to do that since, though. Christine says, oh my God, Bri, crazy or what?
Yeah.
Bill says, 13 also can stand for the mark of the beast. Most think it's 666, but in theology and studies, it's actually 616. 616 adds up to 13. I didn't even know that. That's all right, Kate, it's fine. It was our mum. And Lorna says, oh, I've forgotten about the salt over... sorry, the salt. Aye, it's the salt over the shoulder. That's another good one as well.
Yeah. That's a sign of good luck. I'm not sure what it signifies, but that's biblical as well. I think that goes back to when Moses era, all the plagues, different plagues, and that was one that was supposed to protect you from a plague. You know, like the goat's blood on doers.
Yeah.
For the firstborn, something similar to that. But I can't remember exactly which one it was. I'd have to look that one up.
What about when people have lucky things, like it could be a lucky pen, a lucky pair of boxers, a lucky pair of knickers, or whatever? Do you think that's...
Did you notice, Danny? Did you notice, Ian? She had a wry smile on her face. Come on, Stephen, fess up.
He's too busy listening to his film. Lucky knickers, what are they? But you know, people have these sort of things where they'll always like. When you go, my love.
That's most common in sport, isn't it? When they actually win a game and they keep wearing the same socks every single game or something like that.
Yeah, there were a group, weren't there, that wore one glove, one particular white glove. I can't remember his name. Was it Sevi? I don't think it was Sevi. One of them, anyway. Always wore this one white glove.
Yeah.
He wouldn't play with Artie, and somebody stole it, and he never played again.
Oh my God. William put 666, man, so man is the beast, Alistair Cowley. And the salt should be thrown over the left shoulder, says Bill. Robert says, always close the curtain when someone dies. Christine says there is loads of them, and I have to admit, I do follow them. The salt one, it's a split salt, it goes over your right shoulder, isn't it? Lorna said, didn't folk used to get paid in salt? Also, sorry. Bill says his lucky numbers is 13, 616 and 666. The lottery has fallen on 666 and no one won. Put my lucky knickers away years ago. So did I, Annette. So did I 10 years ago. As a alchemist, I would say don't throw salt anywhere. It's sacred, for fuck's sake. Christine says, Lorna says, Christine, I can remember, so I throw salt over both shoulders. It's the same as well when people say, they'll say something and then they'll say, touch hairy wood.
Yeah.
You never heard of that one? Oh, surely, come on, you being Scottish, you would have heard about that one.
What, coming from the most Scottish person I know, you?
The one that hates Scotland.
The one that doesn't like anything Scottish.
And that's including the men.
I know I'm changing subject, but have you ever had a Scottish oyster, Louis?
No.
Do you know what a Scottish oyster is?
I'm sure, I feel like this is a setup for a trap, but enlighten me. I don't want to say aye or nay.
It's a pie in a tea cake. With loads
That's
of
mental.
bread.
I've never actually heard of that one. I thought I was falling into the trap here. I fell
No,
into a trap before, and I
It's
was
a
like,
pie. Meat pie in a tea cake. Loads of butter
That-
and loads of brown sauce. That's the Scottish oyster.
Yeah,
nuts.
and then deep fry it the Scottish way. Yeah.
It's the same when they do the deep fried Mars bar. Like, what the hell? I've never ever actually tried one of them.
You've never had a battered Mars bar?
No, I broke it. Oh no.
Have you actually ever
Why?
had anything Scottish at all in your entire life?
Apart from Iron Brew, I don't think so.
To be fair, why would you take chocolate and deep fry it?
Why not?
French
Oh,
have been doing it
oh,
for years.
oh my God. No, boggin.
Yeah, but you're supposed to freeze it first. That's the mistake that most people down here make. They put it in, they batter it and put it in when it's just soft.
What first? Can you
Oh,
remember the first experiment into that, Ian? The fried Arctic roll or battered Arctic roll. That was first experiment into it, and that proves the point that freezing is important.
Cool.
oh, oh, he's gone. I don't know what's going on tonight. We're having a rounds. Ian couldn't hear me, and Bri disappeared.
Yeah, and then unfortunately I've got my hearing back.
Don't know to see, right. So Wild Bill says at one time salt was the most expensive spice you could buy.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, yeah, devil touch wood. William, don't pick your nose or your head will cave in. It froze in that last comment. Wild Bill says, I don't know what's happening with StreamYard tonight. It's a pain in the butt. Lorna says, it's a what in a tea cake? Nope, that must be English. Annette says, oh God, I love a deep fried. Oh, you're wired, Dragon Nettie.
Yeah, they do Snickers on bounties as well now.
Well, that's what Wild Bill said.
Yes.
Bobby says all of these things are steeped deep in superstition, folklore, and fears of the unknown from the beginning of time. Lorna says never seen a deep fried Mars bar either in the chippies or deep fried butter. No. Christine agrees with me.
Beautiful.
And Wild Bill says here in the USA everything is deep fried.
Yes,
I can imagine. I've seen the portions in the States.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah Louise.
Everything is deep fried in Scotland as well.
Oh God, aye. Like seeing Glasgow alone, right? And this is me not exaggerating. In Glasgow alone, folks, on every street corner, no matter what street corner you like turn into, there's always a food place. There's about thousands of them, and they're all darted within short distance.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got sense in Scotland, you buy shares in deep fat fryers.
Oh God, aye, air fryers as well. Fried ice cream. Oh no, Bobby. Oh, please tell me you don't do that in the States.
Yeah.
William says Trump should deep fry too. William, I would love to answer you, but that is one conversation I try and stay out of because I end up getting hated.
But
Lorna says,
if you don't like deep fried Mars bars, right? What about pineapple fritters? Do you like them?
oh no, they're bogging and all. See, by pineapple and banana. Why would you take? Well, I hate pineapple as it is because I think that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Like,
have you eaten the Scottish delicacy? Spam.
What's that?
Spam fritters.
Oh no, God.
Yeah, they're actually all right. But I actually prefer pet to spam.
Lorna says, and chippies, yeah, absolutely deep fried and then battered. Jason says that's a lot of grease without a shadow of doubt. Bobo, yeah, and the best oil to fry.
Yeah, peanut oil. But the thing is as well, people forget actually what type of batter people are using. If you use chippy batter, it's gonna be yak. But a lot of these things are not fried in chip shop batter, in a heavy batter. They're fried in like a tempura.
Hey, Tom.
Tempura batter, which is quite light.
Yeah.
Eric says, see, now want to go to Scotland, David Mayer. I don't know why. Christy says, how the hell can you deep fried ice cream? Really?
Easy.
Frozen solid. Like
And then I said banana fritters. Oh yes, spam fritters, delicious. Old style lard. Christine, very careful, love. we went into the food channel here, waiting for somebody to deep fry. Oh, now that is one thing that I wouldn't like to do. I'm a celebrity.
I bet
Some of the trial.
that's happened by accident, though, don't you?
Oh my god. This is what I love about this show. We go down every holes. Fried ice cream with a shot of 43. What's a shot of 43, Bobby?
I'm not sure about that one either. I'm not sure.
I don't even want to think about it. I can't even get my head wrapped around the whole fried ice cream.
It's easy.
I can't stand
eating live beasties. Yeah, we do that in Scotland.
Oh, God.
A lot of things.
Talk about yourself.
Have you ever tried it? I don't know if any of you have actually tried it, but it's used a lot more in America. It's what they call corn batter or just corn flour. Fry things in corn flour. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mm. Even the cookbook is deep fried in Scotland. That is so true.
Yeah, there is a Scottish deep fried cookbook.
Do you know, I can always remember.
The first time I took an English person up to Glasgow and we went in the chip shop and I asked for a Scotch pie and they threw it in the deep fat fryer. They were going, you fry pies up here? Yeah.
They do everything in Scotland. There's nothing that Scottish won't do.
No.
Christy says
Scotch pie unless it's been chucked in the fryer.
Bobby doesn't the ice cream just melt. William, no, fuck.
It's very similar to a decent Yorkshire.
No, that's meant to be that.
Literally smoking. You put your oil in your tray first and put it in oven until it starts smoking. Then you chuck your batter in, whack it back in oven, and it's done in literally 2 minutes. Yeah. So if you imagine that, anything that you immerse in that batter and you put into a deep fat fryer, the outside will get golden, coated golden, and your batter goes crispy. But everything inside is still as it was. So when you crack into an Arctic roll or ice cream, when you've deep fried it, still obviously in the middle it's frozen, but it's just crispy on the outside.
William, I want to apologise. I've accidentally deleted your comment. I meant to actually put it up after Christine, and I've accidentally deleted it. I do apologise, and I don't even know what was on it. See if you can remember, William. Could you retype it, please? I've never did that. My head's just, So I do apologise sincerely, William. Honestly, my brain's whacked. Well, Bill says cornmeal. Bobby says it's a vanilla liquid. You roll the ice cream in cornflakes. And cornflakes, deep fry it and pour a shot of the 43 on it. Lorna says, every house had a chip pan, never see them now. Definitely no. Do they have defibrillators in the chip shops? They bloody well need to.
But a funny thing, you know, a
Hey,
funny
Angie.
thing about
Evening.
the fat content actually raises your
I
metabolism.
can always trust me.
So it's good for burning off calories, but not good for your cholesterol level.
No, definitely
Mine's
not.
knackered anyway, so it don't matter.
Ian, is there someone else that's just went across your living room?
Yes.
That answers that one.
So, William says, so we've came full circle with superstitions to deep fried food. I know. William, I went from superstitions to the food channel. Next we'll be hitting the drink aisle.
One's a pint.
Oh, lordy lord. So yeah, I don't even know what whole of that I could do now. What about you?
Bill just said it. He said your brain has been deep fried. Yeah.
Oh, that's been something. Something you fancy now and again does you no harm to hell with your calories.
Just
Everything in moderation, as my friend used to say. He was as healthy as anything.
Oh. But it's been a good first show back, because this is our first show of the night back in Frighteners. So it's been a really good one. Bobby, I have a pork roast in the crock to make.
Oh yes.
Pulled pork. I love pulled pork.
Oh, behave now, behave. I'm coming to yours.
Oh, deep rib then. What? Deep fried rib balls? I'm saying rum balls. I was going to say, Eric.
Rum balls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Eric, in this country, rim balls is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Yep, and even Lorna's went, pardon, sir. So what's everybody's plans for investigations-wise? What's everybody doing for the weekend? What about you, starting with you, Ian? What are you doing for the weekend, investigation-wise?
No investigating this week. So, I'll be in the office.
Oh, you've been in the office? Oh.
Doing some more work.
Not this weekend. Hopefully next weekend. It's weather for us.
Yeah, it's too damn cold down here to go anywhere.
Yes.
Are you guys get snow yet? Again?
A bit.
No, don't jinx it. We've got it forecast for Monday.
We had a bit of snow, but it didn't lay.
No, we've had no as yet.
Oh dear. Well, Bill says deep fried mountain oysters or deep fried lamb fries. Tom says crazy in the 50s TV shows the food they eat are outrageous compared to today's diets. Tell me about it, Tom. It's even crazy because obviously I suffer from Barrett's esophagus, and when I look at the diet that I'm actually intentionally meant to be on, there's nothing that I would eat. Nothing.
Was it all Scottish food?
No, yeah. No, actually, you cheeky see, it's like things like asparagus and avocado and all different. It's nuts. Sarah Louise says, "Hope you have a shovel for all the snow next week." We've made Lorna starving.
No, shut up.
And and Bobby says it's 87 degrees right here. It's a blizzard in Wisconsin, where Rita. William says, feel like Dealer Smith could be on next week's show.
When you say 87 degrees, a lot of you are of at pond talking Fahrenheit and we talking centigrade. We do have both, obviously, but so what? You know, which one? 87. I'm surmising that's Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Well, William, I think Dealer's a wee bit too busy for me, but I'll try and schedule her in for next week.
Yeah, we'll try and get Mary Berry on.
Aye, why don't we just go all out and get Gordon Ramsay on?
Well,
Lorna
yeah.
says so funny to us, Sarah. Eric, he's got 12 inches of snow over there.
Yeah.
Sarah Louise says it's no joke.
No.
While Bill says better known as deep fried testicles, mountain is bull and lamb fries as sheep. Okay, it's 30.5 there.
Centigrade. Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, that's quite wow.
Yeah, it's not like that here.
Oh God, no. In Scotland alone it's cold, but Scotland's always cold. Have you noticed here? Cold Dane?
At the moment, we're at 3 centigrade. So that's how cold it is.
We're at 5 degrees down in the south coast.
Has MD got a vomit pack ready? I'll send you one, William. But yeah, wasn't there was it last week? Was there no tornado warnings for Nottingham?
Oh, we had amber warnings down here for the weather. Yeah, it was.
I did see
very
that.
cold very quick down here last week.
Here's one for you, getting a little bit back towards other things. Mother Shipton from Knaresborough prophesied that the East Coast, well, Barnsley, in fact, would be a seaside town. In 20, they couldn't tell because there were an ink blot or something on the date. But by 2020 something, Barnsley would be a seaside town. Woohoo!
Mm. That's a heavy bit of erosion coming then.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
I mean, Lincolnshire has. I know somebody on East Coast that their caravan park were literally underwater. They couldn't get out of caravan for 4 days. 4 days.
I read that. But have you not noticed, and this is just a general observation, since a certain pandemic happened that the weather's been changing, but it's been getting worse rather than better.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be getting hotter. That's what happened.
There's been a hell of a lot of talk, and I'd like to know the facts. And you see it a lot from states as well. A lot of UFO watchers are noticing not contrails from aeroplanes, but chemtrails. And it's happening all over the world. These jets or whatever, they've been ejecting a lot of chemtrails. Now, what's in them, I don't know. But it's also very, very well known that silver iodide, has been used since early 50s to create rainfall in places that they need it. If you lace the clouds with silver iodide, it creates rainfall. So we've been manipulating for years. But what they're putting in it at the moment, God knows.
Oh, God knows. Wild Bout is really tasty. Oh. Lorna says, who on earth discovered eating them special sweetmeats or whatever they're called?
Yeah, they're called
Bobby says, Rocky Mountain oysters, bull nuts. Yeah. Tom says we got dumped on with the snow overnight in Illinois, but now seems like it's melting away already. Oh, that's a shame, Bill. Tom. Bill says my overseas dish I loved was deep fried. Oh my lord, Bill! Deep fried rat over in Asia.
Yeah,
Lorna.
there's a lot of things.
Yeah, probably tastes like chicken.
Oh, shut up. Oh, see, do you know when I've just read that, it gives me ophiophobia.
I watched the film. And for some reason, I don't know whether it's algorithm or whatever, but you know when you watch something and you watch it for more than a few seconds, every 2 minutes you keep getting the same sort of stuff that pops up. I saw this frog. It had been skinned, had its head lopped off, and it was supposed to have been cooked, but it was still trying to jump. Ooh, ooh.
Oh my lord. Lorna says maybe if I didn't know what they were, a bit of snow in the bloody country shuts down.
Yeah,
Lorna says double bill, no starve. She's no starving anymore. Bobby says chemtrails by planes is supposed to be a secret program to seed the cloud. They put chemicals into the fuel. Well, Bill, we call it rat and a stick. The stick with Bill. Tom says everything tastes like chicken. Apparently so.
Well,
But
legs do.
no. I draw the line. I really draw the line when it comes to what people will eat. Like, I love watching Hell's Kitchen and see some of the things that I've seen on there, like alligator and ostrich and oh my god! Here while Bill's talking about monkey's brains,
Monkey
that's
brain.
plenty good.
that's an Indian delicacy, and it is an Indian
Oh.
delicacy. And they put the head on the table, and you lift the skull off, you lift the cranium off, and eat the brain.
My brother spent 2 years in South Africa at alligator, kangaroo, and he said the weirdest thing he ever had. He went to someone's house for dinner, and he said, "Oh, what's for dinner tonight?" And they said smiley, and that's roast sheep's head. They call
my god!
They call it smiley because the mouth turns up when they cook it.
Oh, while Bill says I will eat anything that doesn't eat me first, and if it moves slow enough, I call it fair game. Now she'll be telling me you eat roadkill, Bill. Christy says cockroaches is the worst.
Yeah,
It's my worst nightmare. You're lucky Nicky Canoe's not here. He's terrified of cockroaches. Nettie says doesn't that get spent to black out the sun? Oh, Bobby says alligator's good eating. Oh no, hope it's to make it snappy. So next week, guys, next week's show, Ian, speak to me.
Speak
Subject.
to you. Why would I want to speak to you?
The Beverly Hills diet.
Subject.
No. Pick a subject for next week.
They're quite nice.
Subject for next week. How about spirit communication? How's that?
Fine.
Many forms.
I will be speaking to you next week through spirit.
Trust you, Billy.
And a wee dram.
And a wee dram. So next week, as you heard, Ian, we will be talking about spirit communication.
You'll have to remind you on Friday. Yep.
No, you won't, shithead, because I will write it down.
But you're dyslexic. You won't be able to read it afterwards.
You're lucky I love you, Mr. V. So on Thursday's show, we'll be talking about the having Gates massacre. That'll be on Monday. Those Dark Mirror boys are back in action. On Tuesday, we are doing Bigfoot on the Simply Spooky show. And then next Friday, Spirit Communication. So it will be a busy one. Tom, hope to see you there, Tom. Hope I'm not working. Oh, Christine. I hope no, fingers crossed. Looking forward. Sorry, Brian, you go, honey.
No, just saying, everybody come and join us.
Yeah,
definitely. Look forward to that. Must remember to click reminder. While Bill, spirit communication first half and what's youth food. So
yeah. We're talking about spirit's favourite dining.
Yes.
Oh, Sounds great.
What's the ghost's favourite food?
Oh my God! Do you know that?
What?
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Do you know somebody actually asked that in the group, and they weren't even taking the piss? They were actually being serious.
I did see someone asked if to ghosts eat, and I was thinking, are you being serious or what?
Sarah Louise said, shouldn't it be a domino slowly?
Yeah, that
No
would be
doubt.
out in the snow.
I'll be reporting out there.
What do ghosts drink?
What?
Spirits.
You two don't give up your day jobs. Oldies are the best, Miles. Right, guys, we will catch you up soon. You have a good weekend and stay safe. Oh my God. Boobies. I know what that translates to, Eric. You take care, guys, and we'll catch up.